Hi Glen, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Glen Christiansen. I'm Swedish. I work with swimming all over the world, and I'm 58 years old, and sitting here in Tenerife right now.
Let's start first with the question about the Flume channel. When have you tried the Flume channel for the first time?
I tried Flume a long time ago. The first Flume ever, I think, in maybe 1974, 1975 in Sweden. The first one was built in Bosön, the educational center for sports teachers. And then later on I started working with the Flume when I was coaching at the Olympic Training Center in Hamburg in 1992, and since then, given the opportunity and chance, there I worked with it daily, and but since then I've been using the Flume. Yeah, so 92, a few years ago, huh?
What is your main goal when you use the Flume?
Well, you can use the Flume for many things, and of course the first thing we think about here, we are looking at the technique. We do technique analysis, and you can see, of course, nowadays I have underwater cameras. You can also film the swimmers in the pool, but here's a given excellent opportunity to draw three-dimensional, getting the views from from below and from the sides, and giving the swimmer a chance to see their strengths in the strokes, but also their faults, and then to correct it. But not only that, I use the Flume also for other types of training, and I worked in Hamburg. I worked with my distance swimmers to swim a certain speed there and see how long they can keep their 400 or 1500 freestyle pace, and also what happens to the technique, and of course the lung capacity and the oxygen uptake and these things. But also with the sprinters, it was excellent to have them dive in and swimming below best time, and so extremely high level swimming, and with this resistance, so to say. Yeah.
When you're coaching, do you prefer to use the old school, or you develop your own techniques and methodics?
Well, when I coach, either it's children or adults, I always look for new ways. I try to use my creativity. I come from a family with a lot of creativity talents, so that helps me. Of course, I'm from old school. I swam in the 70s and 80s, so I learned a lot from my coaches back then. One of them, for example, Dick Jokums in Arizona, and that was very strict and very old school, but a lot of distance. But nowadays I read, I look on the internet, of course, and then I also, when I have a chance, like here on Tenerife Top Training, when I meet other colleagues, I speak to them about the new training techniques. And for example, recently with Turetsky, I asked him about ideas, and other coaches, more or less famous. It's interesting, and so I try to develop myself, and then also with the swimmers try new things.
What is your main goal as a coach when you train the swimmers?
Well, my main goal as a coach is to get the swimmer to reach his or her absolute full potential, to help them to reach their full potential and to reach as far as they can with their swimming career. And doing this, I also try to make them independent individuals. So I want them to be actually not belonging to me or dependent on me, but I want them to be solely, individuals that they can manage by themselves.
We know that you work with adults and also with the kids. What is different between training adults and the kids?
Well, I have the fantastic opportunity to work with something that I love, and I love swimming and I love people, and this is a great combination. And nowadays, since I'm independent, I work with new swimmers every month, which is very challenging, but also very learning process. I think I've learned more the last 6 years as a coach than I did 20 years as coaching just one team or two teams. And I coach kids, I even do swim schools, and I coach adults, learning swim, or even going for the World Master Championships for records, or even elite swimmers training for Olympics. And The interesting thing, the big difference between them, and I would say the most difficult group of people to coach, to teach something new, is the adult men 40 plus, because they are, you know, physically often a little bit stiffer than others, and also not only in the physically but also in the head, and so that's a good challenge for me.
What does motivation mean to you? How do you motivate yourself and how do you motivate your swimmers? Should the swimmers be self-motivated, or can we say that one of the most important goals for the coach is to motivate the swimmer?
Well, I think one of my strengths as a coach is that I can motivate people, and I try to see the individual. I try to see, and I want to make sure that the swimmer have a feeling that I see him or her, you know, every time they're coming training. And I try to find new ways to motivate them, and you can have a long set goal that you want to make the Olympics or something, or World Championships. But I also try to set shorter goals, or help them to set shorter goals, so they can reach them sooner, to keep them also alert, to keep them motivated the whole way through.
What advice you can give for the coaches who start their career?
Well, if you're a coach who starts your career, I started mine when I was 25 years old, and I think it's important. Education is very important. Educate yourself, go to courses. If you've been a former elite swimmer, you know, it doesn't mean that you know everything about coaching, and doesn't mean that you know very much at all about coaching. So it's important to do the courses, the basic courses you have to do, and then on, from then on, try to find a mentor, a good experienced coach that you can walk by and to learn from. And then of course keeping alert on the intermedia nowadays, and still follow going to courses during your coaching career also. Because, you know, as long as you stay curious and learning new things, you will not get old.
From other side, what advice can you give for the swimmers who start their career?
Yeah, so my advice for young athletes are that first of all, find a sport that you like, huh? And you will like it more if you do it good. So of course you need to find good teachers to teach you the basics properly, and then start setting up like goal, like I mentioned earlier. Have a goal, a long-term term goal, but also a short-term goal, what you want to reach, and then start documenting your training. Write up what you have trained and how it's going, so you're communicating with your little training log there about your training and what's going on in your sports life. And this will make you more informed, and you will understand this much more.
What is the best age to start swimming? How can parents spot that their kids have potential to be the good swimmers?
Yeah, what is a good age to start swimming? As early as possible, you know. Come to me and go to my swim school from age of 4. Yes, this is this ideal situation to learn to swim, for example, at age of 4. But I am the opposite example. I learned to swim when I was 9. I didn't start competitive swimming or training until I was 13. And I know others swimmers who are even more successful than myself who did that. Late start also, like Rowdy Gaines, who won Olympic gold. But of course it's better to start earlier, and then you can learn the basics, and preferably before puberty also, you know. So it's but the thing is, you should motivate yourself with your training and with your sport, not only through success, but through to friendship and to exploring new things and experience new things and like trips, ongoing competition or training camps, and because very few of us make the Olympics, but there's so much more to the sport, and that you learn, and this experience you carry with you the rest of your life.
Glen, thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.